Here's what I'm gonna call it today. I'm gonna call it the Sports Card Strategy Show, powered by NoOffSeason.com. Still presented by MarketMoversApp.com, where we want you to use the promo code NOOFFSEAson, all lowercase, to save 20% on Market Movers app by Sports Card Investor. But today, I think you can get other dollar. You can go buy a Lonzo Ball Panini Prism rookie right now for $10, and he is going to be on a Chicago Bulls team this year with a lot of hype around it.
Highly improved Chicago Bulls team. This dude just needs to find a home. I don't think he's the next Allen Iverson, but he needs to find a home, and he needs to find what he's good at. I like Lonzo Ball play on the buy low side of things, as you talk about, just to kind of piggyback off what you said.
Yeah, so that's a perfect segue. So the NBA buys, we think Lonzo Ball, it seems like we're aligned on that one. I want to throw out a few others that I didn't text you about. One is Jamal Murray. Now, he suffered a pretty catastrophic ankle injury before the playoffs or right at the beginning of the playoffs last year. And the reason I like to look at guys who fit this profile is because typically their card prices dip. I haven't done a lot of research as to whether or not his card prices have actually dipped. So I want the audience to make sure that they do that, preferably at marketmoversapp.com with the promo code NOOFFSEason. But Jamal Murray, if you can get like an RPA or a PSA 10 of him, I think that they would definitely be lower than what they're going to go for in the future after he eventually comes back on hopefully what would be a playoff contending Denver Nuggets team with MPJ and, of course, the MVP from last year. So what do you think about that take real quick? Any thoughts on a Jamal Murray comeback in Denver?
I mean, he got injured at the wrong time to take advantage of a card increase, in terms of the Nuggets late last season. I'm a big Jamal Murray fan. Not only can, I like a point guard who not only can score, create his own shot, but also is really in depth in getting his own teammates involved and making the offense better, which is what a point guard needs to do. It's part of the reason why I wasn't totally sold on Trae Young when he came into the league. I wasn't sure he could do that, but he's shown that he can, and it's really fun to see that progression. And so Jamal Murray is likely to continue to work his way back into this lineup, or I'm not work his way back into the lineup, but work his way back to health. He's not going to start the season healthy. He may not even look good until January. But to your point, is that an opportunity to buy? Maybe. Because will he be healthy by the time that the playoffs start? Likely, unless he has a setback. He's got a great situation, good coach, and great players around him to help make them better and help him look better. And that's ultimately what you want, is that kind of situation.
Great stuff. Jamal Murray fits my profile, but I'm going to do some more research on that. I wouldn't think that his stuff's too cheap compared to some of these other guys I'm about to throw out there, but I do like Jamal Murray. So I'll throw these names out, and then just kind of after I throw them out, why don't you comment, and then I'll kind of bring home what I think the plays are on all these guys. So Jaren Jackson Jr., JJJ, my guy from Michigan State, he was a 2018 top 10 pick. DeAndre Hunter, the 4th overall pick in 2019 for the Atlanta Hawks. Jordan Poole from the University of Michigan. Darius Garland, the 5th overall pick in 2019. Tyrese Maxey, the current backup point guard, but I think soon to be starting point guard in Philly. And then you've got this guy, Cam Thomas, who is the Brooklyn Nets first-round pick. Many NBA experts that I respect are calling him the steal of the 2021 draft. I think he was taken with the 27th or 28th pick overall, whatever pick the Brooklyn Nets had. And Jalen Green, who I've already mentioned. So I know that's a long list.
I was going to say, I don't have that good of a memory. But
which guys stuck out to you that you want to comment on, and then I'll go through and give you my take on each guy.
The guys that stuck out first off is one that's near and dear to your heart, which is Jaren Jackson Jr. I love the potential 1-2 combo of him and Ja Morant. I absolutely love that. Morant, again, a guy who is just electric. He's basically, every time he plays, he's doing something that gets him on the ESPN highlights on the top 10. I don't even know if they're doing that anymore, by the way, the top 10. But those two guys have a real ability to create a 1-2 punch in Memphis if they can keep them there long term. Biggest thing, for them is to create that continuity, bring in at some point or develop another key player to help them go further and further into the playoffs. They got a lot of, publicity last year as that really good run into the playoffs was, an upset in the first round. So I do like that as a potential play. The one that you had mentioned to me last night that, I just wasn't sure on. I think the player is really good, is Darius Garland. I think the player is really good, could certainly be a breakout player this year, maybe the breakout player this year. The question is what does he have around him in Cleveland? This is probably someone that, unless he can get into another situation later on or develop, a team around him, which they have never been able to prove to do under Dan Gilbert, other than when LeBron was there. I don't know. I like the player. I like the card investment opportunity this year, as he could potentially be someone who's averaging 23, 25 points a game as the main focal point. But the question is, what does it look like long term? And that's kind of also what I consider. The Jordan Poole opportunity, I think, is immense. We basically haven't talked about the Golden State Warriors in 3 years. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
We haven't talked about them. They haven't been in the playoffs. Yeah, they were in the play-in games last year. But this is a guy who could be the difference maker in Golden State, along with hopefully a healthy Klay Thompson, a healthy Steph Curry, and a continual healthy and oh my God, I can't even think of it. Green.
Oh, Draymond, yeah.
Yeah, Draymond. Sorry, I was thinking Darius after all the names that we were talking about, but Draymond Green. I like Jordan Poole. He's a buy low because he's not the guy. He's not even the third guy. But as these players age and Steve Kerr figures out how to highlight his talents and what he can do to better that team, I think that is a real opportunity to find a great player who could grow on a team in a massive marketplace in Northern California. I like Jordan Poole.
Yeah, great takes. I like Jordan Poole too. His card value has been on the rise because of the preseason he's had, but I still think this could be his buy low, because I think for all the reasons you just mentioned, I think he comes in and he doesn't have a whole lot of pressure on him, and whatever he does is a bonus, and he just becomes
anything he does is a bonus. He's got space, right? Because what are you doing? I mean, that's part of the reason why Draymond is – Draymond's, right there as a Hall of Famer already, but it's because he has the ability to find the right man. He has space to do his thing because the guys out on the wings and the guys at the point guard position can create their own shot. I think this guy's going to have space to do what he does best. This is a breakout potential. So it's still – while his cards may be on the rise, it may still be a good time.
Yeah, I agree. Now, the guys that I really think are the money guys here, the guys I have the most confidence in, and I have bids in on all these guys, by the way. I don't have any bids yet on Jamal Murray, but because I need to do my research on that. But every other name I've got bids in on. The guys that I've acquired already, I just acquired 2 DeAndre Hunter rookie patch autographs. This is a guy who's the 4th overall pick, and whenever he's been healthy, he's averaged over 20 points a game. He's now healthy, and he's on an Atlanta Hawks team that's very effing good. So there's going to be some opportunity for DeAndre Hunter to fit that profile of a under $100 for his RPAs. Those suckers could be $500 in about 2 to 3 months. If this
You're not mortgaging the house on DeAndre Hunter. You're not tipping into Max's college education on DeAndre Hunter. I'll challenge you on the very effing good in Atlanta, only because are they going to take the next step? I like Atlanta to be very effing exciting, but I'm not sure if they're very effing good. I think that Atlanta is a first, second round potential out in the playoffs. Disappointment, I would say potentially in Atlanta, but I do think that they're very exciting. If this guy can find a role, if this guy, when healthy, can stay healthy and average that 19 to 23, 24 points that you want on a team that's likely to average somewhere in the high teens, low 120s as far as points per game, he could be pretty good. But as far as effing good, I don't know yet, Paul. I'm not sure. Exciting without question. And that's where you might be able to make a few dollars.
That's what you need. So that's what you need. So I'm looking at DeAndre Hunter as a under $100 RPA guy right now, and then you flip him in April at the latest because, they might be out in the first or second round of the playoffs.
I just think a major overachieving what they did last year. They did it amazing. Young's performance in the playoffs was epic. It was so much fun to watch, but it was also a weird season. You had some teams in the East and obviously in the West that played a lot of games almost back. They played basically 2 seasons, back to back, not a lot of rest time. So did they take advantage of that to make those big moves into the playoffs? We will see as the East gets healthy again. We'll see if they are a potential early exit in the playoffs, diminishing that value. But you put it on your calendar. Buy now, sell in April.
Yeah, and another guy that fits that exact mold is Tyrese Maxey. Tyrese Maxey is the same exact mold as DeAndre Hunter. Very similar situation on a team that could go either way, but is likely to make the playoffs. And then who knows what happens after that. Garland is who you said he is, and he doesn't have a whole lot of rookie patch autos available right now that I've seen, but he does have Prism PSA 10 rookies for under $50. So that's in the budget. So that's one of the reasons why I like Garland. Now, as far as the rookies, Cam Thomas and Jalen Green, I just want to clarify. So Jalen Green right now has some Don Russ rated rookies in his G League Unite uniform that are going for they're going for actually about $10 to $15. I'm trying to make sure that I get some for under 10. Because we're still in that flippable window where you've got some time before the Pro League uniform stuff comes out. And Jalen Green, other than my guy Kenyon Martin Jr. in Houston, who's not really a scorer, he's more of a Draymond Green type player.
Facilitator.
Yeah, I like Kenyon Martin Jr. for other reasons, and I have some of his SGC 10s and an auto. But as far as Jalen Green goes, he's the only guy really in Houston who can put up points. And I mean, you could see some 40-point games from the rookie. And so I think like these Don Russ rated rookies, if you can get them for under $10, that's what I'm talking about with the play. I'm not going to do it with PAs until the pro stuff comes out. They're going to be way too expensive for me. You might as well go to cards.charitybuzz.com and spend your money there. But if you want to get a little flippable opportunity on Jalen Green right now, I would look for his Don Russ rated rookies in the G League.
Everything's going through Jalen Green in Houston. Okay, this is like Jordan 85. All right, where your next best player is Corzine. Okay, I mean that's basically what this is. So of a 24-second shot clock, this dude's got a ball in his hands 19 seconds. So he's going to have opportunities. He is the guy. They may only win 26 games, but he is going to be the best player on that team. Can they build him around him? That's the question.
Speaking of the vintage Chicago Bulls, do you remember meeting Will Perdue?
I did. Yep, I do remember meeting Will Perdue outside of your bachelor party at the Chicago White Sox game, going over the bridge, over the highway from the train.
Now, you're such a Chicago Bulls fan that might as well have been Michael Jordan. You were so excited.
No.
You were so excited.
I was very excited, but I would have not approached Jordan in that particular situation. But it's Will Perdue, right? I mean, Will Perdue's got, 4 rings, one with San Antonio or something like that. Yeah, why not?
I think
Will Purdue. What the hell?
You made Will Purdue's day that day. But
I'm sure I annoyed the hell out of him.
Is Cam Thomas the next Jalen Green, which is a weird thing to say, or is he the next Will Purdue? A lot of people think that he could be more on the Jalen Green side of things, even though he was drafted on the other end of the first round. And he's in Brooklyn, and there's so much weird stuff happening with that team right now that Cam Thomas their role as a rookie. So if you can,
the earth is flat in Brooklyn right now. Okay?
When the pro stuff comes out, Murph, I might be scouring eBay for Cam Thomas RPAs that fit my budget because he could get some PT in Brooklyn this year. What do you think?
Well, he's at least going to get some PT when they play in Brooklyn. All right. At least until Kyrie figures out whatever the hell Kyrie's going to figure out. But like I said, the earth is flat. Like what Kyrie said 3 years ago, the earth is flat in Brooklyn. Good luck. You get a guy like Kyrie, you buy into this kind of stuff. Sorry, Brooklyn.
I think you go Cam Thomas. I think you
go Cam Thomas because he's going to get at least 40 games. Guy.
Avoid Kyrie, go Cam Thomas. All right, let's